Hello and welcome back. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more of our tutorial campaign in Europa Universalis IV with Filthy. How's it going, Filthy?
Doing well. Looking forward to our first war.
Alright, so we're going to speed 3 and wait till we have 20 spy network strength and see if anything else interesting pops up. Every single nation is doing everything we've just done. They're fabricating claims, forming alliances, they're interacting with trade nodes. They're doing all kinds of stuff. There's a lot going on out there. I did move our army a little bit closer. Let's actually move it back to Inverness. I don't want to keep it right on the border of England.
Okay.
But we will put it a little bit closer to Tyrone. Yeah, we're at 7.3. We do have 20 against England. If we had no claims against England, this would be the break point to be able to fabricate one. But because we have the 4 ones for free, we can't do anything there. You see that the Papal State just excommunicated Florence?
Yep.
So because he's the Pope man, he is in charge of the clergy right now, and he has decided that he is the he's basically going to excommunicate his rival and say that you suck, you're not part of the church anymore, which gives every other Catholic nation in the game the ability to attack them for free with good reason and justification. Doesn't affect us. Basically, the Pope's just being a dick.
Well, we're a Catholic nation, isn't it? Or we're not? No, we're not.
Yeah, we are. We're Catholic.
We are.
But basically, he's being a jerk to his rivals because he hates his rivals.
Yeah, but that gives us the ability to attack his rival if we want, right? I mean, it's super far away. We're probably not going to do.
Yeah, he's too far away for us to actually be able to attack him. I highly doubt we even... You have to border him to get the free CB, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
So we don't get the free CB, but if we did border him, we would have one. I just brought back the diplomat from...
What's this one?
From France. Yeah, we have no CB available with Florence. What's what one?
Carnal Sins.
Okay, so did you get a pop-up? You got an event?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we did this intentionally. You actually hosted... Or I chose Scotland first, so you would get all of the random pop-ups. So I have no idea what you're seeing. I don't get to see it. Because we're doing...
Could your lips be any redder, doubtful, hollow in the back of your mind, echo the cautioning words of priests and preachers. Is this what the sermon spoke of? The devil in a woman's body, the temptations of the flesh? Strange. As devils goes, this one looks a lot like an angel. Either way, you'll have to bring this up in your confession on Sunday. The need of an heir goes before the need of forgiveness, and forgive me, Father, for I have sinned are my 2 options. One of them gives me palpable influence, though forgive me, Father, for I have sinned gives us 2 palpable influence, and the other one, noble of the Stuart family, 442 with the weak claim becomes heir. Lose 5 palpable influence, and Catholicism gains plus 1% reform desire. Okay, so the main factor there is that because we have no heir, right? We're King James Stuart II, and we have no legal heir. This is a random event that's basically trying to give us an heir. If we take the decision to get the heir, he's going to be a pretty good guy. It was a 442, he said? Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's 10 monarch points. It's above average slightly. The weak claim part really sucks, though. That means that our legitimacy is going to drop down to 20 when our current guy dies. And having low legitimacy is very painful. So we're going to decline that option. Go ahead and take the papal influence. Say no. If it was a strong claim or like a 666 leader, we would probably take that hit, but he's only slightly above average, and it's not worth the low legitimacy.
Got it.
If you hover over the legitimacy to the left of your power projection, the top of the screen, you can see the effects.
Okay.
Our legitimacy currently is at 100 out of 100. It's a sliding scale from 0 to 100 in this case. So we get really good things. -2 unrest across the entire country, tolerances +1 across for everyone, extra diplomatic reputation. Like, everything's great because we're super high legitimacy. Being
Where's
at
the
20...
palpable influence stuff, by the way?
Bottom right-hand corner, slightly to the left of the mini-map, there are 2 buttons. There's one for the papal interactions, and there's one for the Holy Roman Empire. We have 2 next to papal. We have 2.73 papal influence right now. So because we're a Catholic nation, we just sort of slowly generate some papal influence. This can be used to buy stuff from the Pope man. Okay. The higher his opinion of us, the more papal influence we would gain. It's a worthwhile thing to spend a diplomat on for a while if you don't have anything better to do. Right now, I just brought the diplomat back from France to try to see if we could attack Florence, and we can't because we don't border him. But because the improved relations ticks only happens on a monthly basis, any country that's within 30 days of travel distance from you, there's really no cost whatsoever to bringing a diplomat back and then just resending him, because he'll instantly arrive, right? So we're not missing a tick of improved relations here by having done that.
What did you say the distance was for that? Within 30 days of us?
Right. If it's within 30 days, then he'll come home and then...
rationale before that, but I just don't know what constitutes... How do I tell how long it takes to travel? It's going to say travel time for pulling him back when I try to withdraw him.
There's no way of knowing exactly how long it'll take. It's based on distance from your capital to their capital, and that's going back to that army travel time thing where we don't really know the exact distance between provinces.
Another pop-up? You want to pause?
Yeah. What do you got?
Gift to the state. Good governance would sometimes prompt the nobility and the businessmen of the realm to donate cash to the treasury out of pure patriotism or in exchange for the sales or transfer of honorary titles and positions. We have 13.9 ducats if we want to put it in the treasury. We can spend it generously to gain 10 prestige, or we could donate this to the poor and gain 15 prestige. Why would I ever take 10 instead of 15?
Are any of those options colored slightly different?
Yes, donate to the poor is green.
Okay, hover over the green but don't select it, and then read the subtext.
Okay, this option is available due to James II having the trait righteous.
Yeah.
So I would never take spend it generously. It's just not going to be an option for most of my other rulers.
Exactly. So we, as a ruler, you get up to 3 traits. You automatically get one when your character turns 16. Actually, I think it might be 15, and then every X number of years after that. So you end up with, we're going to get a new personality trait in 1 year, by the way. But because we're righteous, we get special event options, and it's a great one. So yeah, take the 15 prestige, hands down, and the reason for that is why. I bet you already know the answer.
I don't actually. I was just looking over at the prestige stuff up here.
Why did we say prestige was valuable at the beginning of the game? Why did we take the prestige advisor?
Yeah. Don't give me random quizzes. Okay, morale. That's
morale of armies. So prestige equals morale equals military. So it's one way of turning our administrative advisor into a combat advisor in some way because he's raising our prestige. So yeah, the prestige is really good. It's more valuable than the money right now. Go ahead and take it.
Right, done.
All right, cool. That's a good event for us. I like it. All right, so how close are we to getting the French here? -3 reasons for a royal marriage. We can open with that. -13, now -11 reasons for an alliance with France.
So you're looking at...
Right-click on France, hover over the little red X next to offer alliance and offer royal marriage, and you can see how close they are.
Must be one more positive, and we're currently -6. We're very close.
Yep. A royal marriage will give us 10 extra reasons for acceptance for an alliance, so we're actually really, really close. All we have to do is just get them to accept the royal marriage, and then we'll probably be able to secure a proper alliance with France. Okay. Now, there is a drawback to this, and that is that if England were to attack France right now, we wouldn't be involved. If England were to attack us, France would defend us. Right. If we ally France and England attacks France, we will get a defensive call to arms, and we have to honor it. So we will be involved with the war, and England will come and beat the snot out of our army. They will focus entirely on us for 2 reasons. Number 1, AIs are jerks, and they will almost always prioritize killing a player over another AI. So they'll look at 2 armies that are of equal strength on the field, and they'll say, well, that one's owned by a player, so let's go mess him up. So he's going to ignore his English holdings on the mainland in favor of coming to beat us up. So there is a risk associated with allying France. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So we may not actually take it right away, because we don't want to get called in a bad position there.
So it sounds like there are other reasons to take prestige as well. I'm just reading that stuff over there. It sounds like it helps our the stuff we're trying to get an alliance with France, right? So it directly benefits us there as well.
Yep, improve relations plus 2.2. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then and then it also affects how likely our royal marriages will result in personal unions. Is this something that if you're talking about sending a marriage proposal to France, do we want what is a personal union here?
Okay, it's great time to talk about it. Go ahead, and we still have an alert we never looked at. See the green alert, the little crown with a black figure that's not very clear.
Disputed succession.
The following countries don't have heirs, right? So you remember we got that pop-up asking if you wanted to take this weak claim heir. We have no heir either. These are all the countries that are Catholic that have no heir right now. And it's saying that if a country, it says right in the tooltip again, countries that lack heirs may end up on a personal union under another country with which they have a royal marriage when their ruler dies. They can also have their thrones claimed by other countries of the same dynasty. So looking at this, the most important factors here are going to be prestige and how old their current ruler is. It says Austria, 30 years. That means Austria has no heir, and their current ruler is 30 years old. The older an heir, or the older the ruler, the more likely they are to die. Aragon has no heir, he's 50. Castile has no heir at 41. These are actually pretty darn appealing. We should go for a royal marriage with both of them if we can, to see if we can luck out, basically, and get a personal union over them.
Okay.
There's a lot of complicated math involved with personal unions, though, and you have to consider other royal marriages that they have. For example, Aragon is royally married to Austria, which means that Austria would be the person to get the union because Austria has more development than we do. They're a bigger nation than we are. So we're not going to be able to get that. Castile's royally married to France, so France would get the union. So we're not strong enough. We can't consider really getting it, but it's interesting. It's something that you can do. It's more of an advanced tactic to try to actually go for personal unions. But it's kind of outside of the scale or outside the scope of a beginner tutorial.
Okay.
So, yeah, prestige is just always good. More prestige, always good. You want prestige.
Okay, good to know.
England actually still has no air as well. But we can't ally them or royal marry them because we hate them.
It was 20 we needed for Build Spy Network? For fabricating claims?
Yes, the first one.
Okay.
And interestingly enough, you can actually fabricate claims without having a diplomat free. Don't know why. One of the few interactions you can do without having diplomat. So once that becomes available, we don't even need to retract the spy. You'll just be able to click that button. Okay, so we're gaining 1.39 every month. That means we're a few months away. Let's go ahead and raise maintenance on our army in preparation for having the claim. Right, about 4 more months we'll have enough to get the claim. We want our morale to be at full at that point.
All right, so I click on the guy. Where was the actual slider?
F1, 4 is your economy tab.
Diplomacy, or not diplomacy, out of economy rather.
Yep, and you can either slide it or you can just click all the way to the very right of it and just, grab it up to the full value. So go ahead and raise our maintenance to full.
Okay.
And now notice how we're at that red and green next to the army is very, very much red, only a tiny little bit green. And you can see we're slowly starting to recover morale. So as our army's recovering morale, we're more comfortable having it on the borders of England. We'll bring it a little bit closer. We're going to come down here.
Okay.
Next thing, we've still got a relationship slot free. Let's go ahead and see if Ulster here is going to be willing to give us military access. So we need a diplomat for that. Let's come back from England for now. They're very close to us, 4 days away. We'll get diplomat free. Right-click on Ulster. They're the nation directly east of Tyrone. And then at the very bottom, we have an interaction dialog called Access Actions.
Ask for military access. They will most likely accept. It's positive 83, negative 2. Why does it say Scottish Army strength is the biggest contributing factor to that?
Yep.
Their threatened attitude towards Scotland, so they're intimidated.
Yeah, they think we're going to kill them, which they will get killed if they don't give us military access. So let us through your borders, you little jerk.
I've asked.
Yep.
And I guess we've had it accepted. So then, all right, just let me pause again. So I want to reassign. So now our diplomat, we want to send him back to England, right?
Yes. Yep, exactly. He's sitting around doing nothing.
How do I get the diplomat menu again?
Right-click on any country you want to interact with.
Got it. England. And I go, okay. And then I go to build spy network again, correct?
Yep. Okay. Now, we don't really need to be building a spy network against England because we do have the 4 free claims from our mission.
Well, I didn't think we were doing it just for the claims. I thought we were doing it for something else. I've forgotten what it was now. But
Yep, go ahead and right-click on England and take a look at our spy network strength right now. It's at 33.86.
Where are you seeing that? So I right-click on them.
Yep.
And, okay, I see spies over there, 33.86. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
If you hover over that, now you can actually see the benefits of having 33.86. It's 6.6% siege ability and 3.3% reduced aggressive expansion incurred. Okay. So you can think of from Civilization, aggressive expansion is functionally equivalent to bad boy or to warmongering, right? So we're going to reduce the amount of aggressive expansion we earn, but only with England. The main thing we get from this is siege ability, and also in the future we're going to want to have more claims against them. So
we are going to want more claims because we're going to want to take the rest of their land. Yeah,
if we take this land, say we take these 4 provinces and we have no claims against them, then the next claim only costs 20. Right? Because we have 0, so the first one's 20, second one's 25, etc. So just building it up is something to do if you have nothing else for the diplomat to do. Other options we could be doing right now, we could be improving relations with the Pope, so we get more papal influence over time. We could be fabricating on another 1 province minor. We could be improving relations with Castile or some other nation we want to be friends with. But it doesn't really matter too much. I'll let you choose. You can either...
We'll leave it in England. You had a reason for that, so I've sent it back. We can keep building our spy network, and then we can claim a couple things.
Yep. Let's go ahead and size up our opponent now. We're 1 month away here. Actually, it looks like 2 months. We're not quite going to have enough. We're barely shy of, look at that, 19.95 spy strength. Damn it. Size up our opponent. So right-click on Tyrone.
Yeah.
You can see in this little thing on the left his allies. He's allied with Leinster. If you want a visual representation of his alliance web, go ahead and press the E key.
Yeah, I do.
Left-click on Tyrone. Select them and look at it from their perspective. We can see he's allied down there to Leinster. See how he's in green and blue is his ally.
Okay.
So we can see that Tyrone has 5 troops, Leinster has 5 troops, and
so we will be fighting both him and his ally.
Most likely, if you want to know for sure.
Do we know if Leinster has open borders with these other or military access with these other stuff near it? Can he actually deploy his army if he doesn't?
That's a great question, and yes, you can find out. There is no military access map mode. Don't ask me why. It would make all the sense in the world to have one, but there isn't one. Right-click on Leinster, and on the left-hand side, you can see all those things. He's got the alliances, the royal marriages. If he had military access, it would look like this. Right-click on our country. You see how there's that little blue arrow? This is the second one from the bottom.
I right-clicked there. The second one from the bottom. Okay, that's a blue arrow. I wouldn't have known that was an arrow looking at that initially. Okay,
it's
yes.
Little soldiers standing on a blue arrow.
Got it.
Ulster gives military access to Scotland. There would be a yellow arrow if they had military access through other nations. So he hasn't obtained any access because why does he need to? He's not at war. But we've done it.
He could do that.
Yeah, he could totally do it, and they'll probably say yes.
Well,
he'll get military access through England because England's got a province there.
Okay, yeah.
And he's allied to England.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so we're expecting to fight at least 10k troops.
Yep.
And our army is 13k.
Got 13k, and we'll probably be able to engage them separately. So we're much stronger than they are, and we're looking pretty solid. But we got to wait one more month. Okay. So we have enough for the thing.
Well, I'm really excited to see how this combat works because I'm curious to see that. And I want to ask questions about it once we do it. So
I noticed that we're losing a lot more money now. If you press F1-4, go to our economy tab, you can see we're losing 2 ducats a month while we're at full maintenance. And this is specifically why we didn't hire more men yet.
Yeah.
Because if we had 5 more infantry, we'd be losing another ducat. We'd be losing 3 ducats a month right now, which is actually it's quite a bit.
So, will we take any sort of like pillage or plunder or something from any of the stuff when we capture territories?
Yep, we're going to earn loot while we are taking the provinces, and we're also going to probably take direct money from his treasury when we end the war.
Oh, excellent.
All right, so we have 21 spy network strength. Go ahead and fabricate a claim on Tyrone.
Okay, so I right-click on them to get that over, and then I click fabricate claim. Fabricate complaint, it would cost us 20k. Let me just make sure this is Tyrone. Tyrone selected. Okay.
Yep. Yes. Now notice fabricate claim only shows 1 province listed. That's because they only have 1 province. If we were fabricating against England, we would see a whole bunch of provinces to choose from in alphabetical order. So go ahead and say yes.
Done.
Okay, now if you press the E key again, you can see we've got that yellow dashed line indicating we've got a claim on Tyrone. This is what gives us something called a casus belli. You wait 1 day now, and now we have a casus belli. We have a conquest CB against Tyrone. This is a justification for war. We have just cause. Without a casus belli, it's not like civilization where you can just declare war because you want to, like a surprise war, right?
Yeah.
You would incur major penalties. You'd lose 2 stability, pick up 20 aggressive expansion with every nation. Like it's painful, very painful to declare war without just cause. So
right,
we've just.
I do have another thought though. We have our spies done here. We don't need him here anymore. We have our claim.
Yep.
There's no reason to leave the spy there, right? I mean, it will generate siege, but I get that you're not particularly worried about this 5k army.
Yep, it's not particularly worth it. So I would definitely bring him back.
Do we want to take over another one of these what are you calling them? Something minors?
One province minor.
One province minors?
Yes, probably, but we're going to need a diplomat in order to declare war. So let's just bring him back and have him be available for us to declare war first.
Okay.
All right, so now he's free. Now, if you right-click on Tyrone, you can go to declare war.
Yes, I can. Okay.
Okay. Now see how we have a listed casus belli. Again, let's do this. Right-click on any other 1 province minor that we don't have a claim on. Click declare war. You notice how we're seeing
you
some...
may not declare war. Oh, I don't want to have an alliance with. Let's try a different one. Okay.
We have
declare war. Yeah.
We have no valid reason to attack them. -2 stability, 2 war exhaustion, and then 20 aggressive expansion. So lots of bad things would happen if we were to declare on someone without a CB. So that's why we fabricated first. Go back to Tyrone and let's take a look here. They're allied to Leinster. Notice the little green check mark next to enemy allies Leinster.
Yep.
And if you hover over that, you can see his reasons for acceptance. This is saying he will honor a defensive call against us. So we're going to be fighting Leinster. If he were deeply in debt or had like a really, really high war exhaustion and he just wasn't feeling too hot about it, then he would probably decline the call and that would break their alliance. On the right-hand side, we've got call allies. We have two red X's saying that Desmond and Thomond are not interested in joining us. Clanricarde is actually willing to join, but this little hand thing. This is indicating that if we promise them territory by clicking on the little dialogue pop-up thing, the quotation, the speech bubble.
Okay.
There's 2 different ways you can call them people. You can call them in via favors, which is something where you basically have been allied for a while and you've accrued favors, like they trust you. And then you can also call them in on a promise of territory. Basically, he's saying he would be willing to join the war if we promised him territory.
And there's only 1 territory here because we were only able to capture 1 territory. So to promise him territory, we'd have to give him the entire thing.
Well, do you think we have to give it to him?
you would take him. You would promise him stuff, and then does that not give diplomatic hits for anywhere else? Like,
it'll piss them off. It'll piss them off something fierce. They will hate us, and they will break the alliance, pretty much guaranteed. But it's not necessarily going to be a big penalty with anyone else. Like, France won't care because they're far away. The other little 1 province minors, who cares about them? Like, we could totally use his army to our
Just out
advantage.
of curiosity, Arumba, if we're going to be particularly Machiavellian about this, rather, can we do that? Promise him this, lie to him, then because he gets pissed off at us afterwards, go attack him? Will that give us a reason to attack him because he's now potentially going to attack us or otherwise be very, very negative towards us?
Sadly, no, you don't get a CB because they didn't honor a call or because they are pissed off at you. And if they get pissed off because we didn't do what we said we would do, they will break the alliance. And when you lose an alliance, you have a 5-year truce automatically. And
Okay.
attacking into a truce is basically the same thing as attacking into a no CB war. So
That's
you
bad.
can't. It used to be there used to be no truce timer after breaking alliances. So I would do it all the time. I would attack. I would use an army, use an AI's use an AI's army, and then immediately backstab them and turn right around after having them weaken themselves against my enemy, and then attack them. But Paradox didn't like that, so they took my fun away. So do you want to do it? Do you want to declare war?
I do want to declare war. I'm just wondering if I don't think we need to call allies for this.
No,
So
I don't think we should
feel
do
like-
it. I don't think we should do it.
Okay.
This would be a situation where before you declare war, we'd probably want to get our a bearing on our navy. We're probably
Oh, yeah,
going to want to go
what
ahead
the
and bring both of our navies, so just grab both of them,
Okay.
send them to Irisher.
Actually, I can. I see the 9 ships with the pirate because I can find the pirate flag.
They're both
Where's
there.
the-
Same
they're both
sea
there.
tile. Yep.
Okay. Oh, the other one is ours too.
Yep. See how they're green?
Okay.
That's an indicator.
Yes,
Green is
so you-
ours, gray
okay.
is neutral, red is enemy,
Okay.
blue is ally.
They're actually headed over that way anyways. They're headed to.
Yep.
Actually, not particularly quickly though. They're going a little bit more roundabout. Do I just want to direct them directly to the Irish Sea?
Yep. Go ahead and box select both navies. You can have multiple
Yep.
navies selected at a time. Send them to Irisher, the actual province of Irisher. They'll
Right
dock.
click to go there.
Yep. They'll dock up in the port, and then we'll use them to blockade the enemy.
Whoa. The province of where now?
Irisher. It's where our army is.
Okay, yeah. Got it.
There you go.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. So we'll declare probably at the beginning of the next episode. We're gonna take a break here.
Sounds good. See you guys soon.
See you in a bit.